Hello, Goosebumps fans. I'm here with the exclusive. Alright, so the interesting idea is, well, I'm not much of a fan. I mean, I am a fan, but I'm not going to try to collect all the books. If I see, I get. But the interesting idea would be like, but what are the rarest ones that you would love to have? The rarest ones. It's like, good question. I technically have one of them, and basically there's many possibilities that they don't exist, but this is what I want in rarity. Because I deal with the uniques and exotics. That's one thing I really do, is the uniques and exotics. As long as it doesn't deal with slappy. Bum. So anyways, here we go with the first one that I kind of have, which is slap. Oh wait, no I don't. Do I? No, I don't have it. Never mind. I mixed up Slappy Birthday to You with Slappy New Year, which that's what I want, is the Goosebumps Golds. Yes, the Goosebumps Golds books. And everyone's going to be like, they do not exist. But it's like, think about it though. He usually says that when it comes to books, he would think of the title first, then he goes with the story. Yes, he has 4 titles, but it's like, remember what happens usually, especially when it comes to the Goosebumps 2000 books, is that he had 4 books already lined up. So if that's true, then who's to say that he doesn't have those stories? And well, he most likely retooled Slappy New Year. But yeah, I'm pretty sure if, and note, Parachute actually did publish their own books. They technically did. They did Nightmare Rooms books. So if they did that all alone, who's to say that they didn't even do Goosebumps Gold? It's like, yeah, it would be interesting that they did make one Goosebumps Gold book for all each. They 4 do exist. I'm not saying they exist. I'm just saying there is a chance that he did it. And if you even ask him about if it even exists, he will deny it, because guess what? Scholastic will sue. That's exactly the same time when they actually got the title, I guess you could say, or they have the actual full ownership of Goosebumps. So if you do tell them that you have Goosebumps books that were made but not by them, I'm pretty sure they'll be extremely mad and they will sue. But let's just say, by some interesting idea, that it did happen. The 4 books do exist. It's just that they're out there, and oh my gosh, those will be worth thousands of dollars. I'm thinking about 10,000, 50,000. It's the only copy that ever existed. And I know there's many Goosebumps fans, especially of course Bjorn, who deserves to have it. But for me personally, I'm like, it's a rarity. I will cherish it forever. I won't even read it multiple times. Bjorn, however, I'm pretty sure he would read it multiple times. Mr. Michael, no offense, is like almost every single Goosebumps fan will read that book. Me, I will keep that book safe. I will keep those 4 books safe. I'll show you the cover, but I won't, and maybe tell you, it's like maybe one crack open of the book, but other than that, it's like, no, I am not going to touch it ever again. It's going to go into a Ziploc bag, and it's going to go somewhere safe where it'll forever be preserved. Now, the interesting part of it all is, what if we could go to somewhere in India, which of course apparently India does it. It's like, yeah, if we go to India or go to someone who actually knows how to make books, what if we can actually produce them? Then it's like, okay, if that happens, then I will pass it out to those who actually are true Goosebumps fans. Sorry for everyone else who's a Goosebumps fan, but it's like the ones that actually are noted, like they deserve to have it, I will give them the reproduction versions. But everyone else, sorry man, but we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna just make thousands of copies so everyone can have one. Sorry to be a jerk, but it kind of is true. It's like, it kind of has to happen. But since those books do not exist, darn. Just straight up darn. Alright, next one is, of course, the unreleased books of Give Yourself Goosebumps and Goosebumps 2000, which apparently the shrinking 6th grader or 5th grader does exist, but is a different version of it. Which I'm like, I would like the Goosebumps version of it though. It's like it kind of like bending of the idea of going to a multi-universe, a universe where Goosebumps Gold does exist, and it did exist, and he was able to finish all 40 books of the Goosebumps 2000. It's like, yeah, just go over there, take those books. It's like, oh my gosh. But considering Goosebumps 2000 is hard to look for right now, it's like even to this day, which now we're bone dry, the place that usually had all the books, they are completely and utterly dead. And then the runner up, they don't show any books either. So no one's really donating books these days. So it's hard to find them out here in the concrete jungle. Cyberly, yeah, you can find it cyberly, but I'm just saying when it comes to actually looking around, I prefer looking around and basing it off of can you find them looking around or what? Like Tales of Give You Goosebumps, those are kind of like a little bit, yes, you can find them, but it might be rare. More Tales that Give You Goosebumps or whatever, it's like, yeah, Tales that Give You Goosebumps and Give Yourself Goosebumps, those seem to be pretty rare to find. Especially Give Yourself Goosebumps. Well, not really Give Yourself Goosebumps. More like more Tales that Give You Goosebumps are more hard to find than to Give Yourselves. But lo and behold, the Goosebumps 2000, I haven't seen a single one of those. Pretty odd. It's like, yeah, it's like, I'm supposed to you have to understand that the Goosebumps way was shrinking, very, very shortly shrinking. So it's like, you didn't sell a lot of Goosebumps 2000 books, but they exist. It's just that I can't find any of them at all. Thrift store wise, I can't find any of them at all. Pretty odd. But yeah, I would like to have the one that is allegedly not made. I would like to have the TV episode. Well, one I can definitely try to look for someday is a TV episode of course, the Jack-o'-lanterns. Seems like that's pretty rare, so definitely would like to have that. But also the interesting one of intrigue being the blob that ate everyone. The one that most likely doesn't exist, but I believe that it might exist. It's like, come on, they had to have made like a first version of it first. It's like they couldn't just cut it out in the promotion before. It's like, no, if you were thinking about it, I'm pretty sure they most likely did it. And who knows if it's like they did it, it was ready to go, and they just canceled it. But it's like, that's a lot of money they spent. So who knows if they actually have like a very small few copies. It could even be crazy enough that the freaking Scholastic people are like, oh, we have a copy or three, but hey, we gave it to people inside our own organization and our company, so they forever have them until they die, and then the estate sale, and then holy crap. It's like, oh man, that would be crazy, don't you think? It's like, holy crap. I guess one that really is actually not truly is like one I just would like to have is of course the Monster Plague collection. Tried to talk to someone and be like, hey, I can trade you, but he never responded. Damn. But it's like, yeah, I would love to have that book. He's like, yeah, I would love to have that. So it's like, I don't need to have the freaking second book. I have it right here. And it's like, thank goodness. Anything else? So that's it. I think that's mostly everything besides, it's like, yeah, that's basically everything. It's like, yeah, that's everything in it. It's just the books that most likely don't exist, but there could be like a small maybe. Like a very, very, very small maybe. But I'm pretty sure the Goosebumps episodes, Goosebumps Presents number 18, might exist. I have to believe it might exist. But I wish that the trilogy actually had a book version. It's like they should have did a trilogy special edition. And that most likely be the only one that exists. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure like the special editions will be like the two-parters, which that makes sense, right? The two-parters will be the special edition. Yeah, it would make sense. But that won't be like a three-parter. But either way, it's like, yeah, make a bigger version of it. So at least we have a book version of it. I think that's pretty much everything. Yeah, it's like pretty much everything. I guess one more interesting fact, like a few more. It's like maybe I would like to have the original version of Werewolf Skin. Yes, the original cut of yours. It's like most likely they will never print it. But I'm like, if you do have the original one, I would like to know. I would like to read it. Another one would have to be the original version of Monster Blood 4. Because come on, come on, you can't fool me. It most likely was a different book beforehand, but then they kind of panicked. Like, come on, man. Seriously, I believe it's a different book. It's a different name. Give us the real name. Give it to us. Give us the real name. Give it to us. He most likely won't tell us until Goosebumps has officially been passed on or something. And as soon as he does that, oh my goodness, lots of minds are going to be blown. Oh man. Anyways, yeah, there you go. Have a scary day. Have a scary night.